So these are the four things we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about adding an appointment booked text. We're going to talk about connecting your Zoom to your calendar. We're going to talk about adding a form to your calendar, personalized help forms and calendar links, and then personalized video. It's a new feature in the app. I'm going to show you something that's been super helpful to me, and hopefully this will be helpful to you too. And so this is going to be the adding an appointment booked text. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to invite you to kind of follow along if you want to open up your OptaPro. And what this is like when someone books an appointment with you, I don't know how many of you are using your calendar links, but when someone books an appointment with you, it goes to your email, like that's what it's designed to do. So you'll get a thing on your Google Calendar or your Outlook, whatever you've set up to connect to it. And then that's kind of it. For me, like I want a text message. I want a text. If somebody books with me like next week, I don't care if it's next week, I want to know that I have a book, like a calendar appointment. And so I'm going to show you how to build that. And then in doing this, it may give you some other ideas on how to make some other shortcuts for yourself. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is I'm going to go over to our demo account here, and we're going to go to automation. Does that sound, in general, does that sound like something that would be helpful at all? Anybody? Yes? Yes? Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do, this is going to be really easy. And then once you know how to do this specific step, you can add in lots of other things to notify yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a workflow. And then we're going to start from scratch. And this is a really, really easy one to create. And then create new workflow. And in general, you have two different types of workflows. You have the type that we have just sitting there ready to be fired at any time, like your start week text or your kickoff week text. Those just kind of like float in space until you assign them to fire out for somebody. And then you have other type, which is a triggered type, and that's what this is. So something happens and then triggers this workflow to fire. Okay, so we're going to add a new trigger. Okay, and then you're going to come over here, and it's a customer booked appointment. That is your trigger. So somebody books appointment with you. So that's the trigger. So after you select that, that should be right there at the top for you. Customer booked appointment. Now, if you wanted to add some filters, like you can do this, like what if it's like, I want to be notified on this specific calendar, but not this one. That's what the filters are about. Okay. So just for now, if somebody books an appointment with you, we're going to save that trigger. And then you're going to add one action, and it's really easy. So you're going to hit the plus sign, and then you're going to scroll under CRM, and we're looking for internal notification. It's this little bell here about halfway down, send internal notification. Okay. And now we're going to go to SMS, like in this case for me, in the example that we're building here, I want a text message. If somebody books with me, I want a text message, not to my lead connector app or OptaPro. I want it to my real phone number. So you're going to hit SMS. Okay. And then you can select the user type is going to, if you have, where this would be important is some of you guys have VAs or you are a husband-wife team. So if it's like, I just want the person who is getting the appointment, let's say that Mary and Brad or Lyle and Marcy both have calendars right in here. So like if Lyle selects assigned user, so if for instance, like someone books with Lyle, it's only going to go to Lyle's phone, or Marcy, then it'll go to Marcy's phone. Okay, so that's what this is. So you can just say assigned user, and then you select assigned user. That would be who you are. And then don't worry about your templates, but we're going to go to here. And this is where you're just going to type so that you know what it is, you're just going to say, hi from OptiPro. And then if you guys remember this whole thing, there's little brackets. So the 2 brackets, and then it's contact dot name, and then you close the brackets. Okay, just booked an appointment with you. Great. When is it? So you're going to come to custom values. Okay, and then you're going to go to appointment, and it's at the top, and it's that start date time. So it's going to tell you now, and you're going to save that. If I hit save, it's going to go away, but I'll leave it up so you can see it. So hi from OptiPro, so-and-so just booked an appointment with you, and then it will be on this date at this time. Okay, cool. So we're missing one step here. Okay, we're going to do an internal notification. We're going to do an SMS. And it's actually, I'm sorry, I misspoke a second ago. Instead of signed user, we want to go to custom number. Okay, and then this is where you would type in your real phone number. Okay, so it's user type, this custom number, and then you would save action. And that's it. So, and then you want to just to keep yourself organized, you'll just want to rename this, appointment booked, trigger. Just so when you're looking through your list, you know what this is. And you can always, get rid of the new workflow thing. Okay. And then you want to publish it. And then once it's published, then it just kind of runs in the background. You never have to worry about that again. So that is how you get a text message when someone books an appointment with you. So any questions about that so far? Hey, Gretchen, welcome.
Could I create something like this where the other person gets a text like 5 minutes before our text?
Yes. So not on this. So we can do, if you've ever booked an appointment with me, you get a text 24 hours ahead of time. And then you also get 1 hour ahead of time. So this is this, okay? So let's just let this live here, but then I'll go show you how to do the thing that you're asking about. And you could set the interval if you want it 5 minutes, fine. I just do an hour.
Yeah.
So I've been a part of somebody else's workflow, and it's like you get an hour, and then it's like 10 minutes, then it's like 5 minutes. It's like too much. Now I don't even want to talk to you anymore. Okay, so we can build this together. So you're gonna do a create workflow, and then you'll do from scratch. And then this is another trigger that I'm trying to pull up my actual one that I actually use. So we're going to do appointment, confirmation, and reminder. Okay, perfect. Okay, so the appointment. So you're going to do appointment status. This is going to be a trigger. So you're going to, here, I'm going to find help for you. Appointment status. Okay. And then you're going to add filters. Select appointment status is confirmed. Okay. That's going to be your trigger. Appointment status is confirmed. Okay. The reason that step's important is because your calendars are set to automatically confirm. Like, for instance, if someone books an appointment with you, I can show you that in a second, but if someone books an appointment with you, they automatically get that meeting with you. Some folks that I have pretty large organizations, and just because you book that time doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get that meeting. And you have that option to say yes or no as well. So I'll show you that later. But that's why this important. This part is like appointment status is confirmed. So whether it's auto confirmed or whether you go in and manually confirm that appointment, then this will happen. That's why that part's important. Yes. Okay. So appointment, and then you're just going to add confirmation. I would suggest doing text. This is an old one. I can't find mine real quickly, but it's same idea. You're just going to say, hey, contact first name. Your appointment has been confirmed for appointment start time. You remember that whole go up and grab it from here, appointment. Oops. Appointment start date time. Okay. To speak with, then here, you can just, if you're the only one using your system, you can just type in your name. And if this time doesn't work, then please let me know. Okay. So if you are, is anybody automatically using Zoom for their accounts to, like, if someone books an appointment with you? Some of you may not even want to. Sometimes it's better to do a phone. Like for most of like health coaching, it's mostly the phone. So you don't even have to add this in. But this is super nice. So they get a confirmation email like, hey, looking forward to seeing you. And then what you're going to do, this is just a wait step, okay? And I've just named it this, but you're just going to go, you're going to add, and wait is all the way at the bottom. So wait. Okay. And here's our event appointment time. And normally for all of the little workflow things that we have kind of sitting in space, like your start week or your kickoff week, you always want to do that waits, that 1 minute thing after 1 minute. Does that sound familiar to anybody, right? So you have that buffer.
Yep.
So the system reads like, oh, they want to send it now or they want to send it later, and you move to next step. That's your normal setting. In this current example, what we want to give them 24 hours notice. So we're going to say before, you can just do, I guess 1 day before and then move to the next step. And you're going to save that. So, and then you can relabel it here for yourself. This just says wait, but you can see, just to keep myself straight, I put 24 hours before the appointment. Does that make sense? The example's sake. So you're going to send them a text message. You're going to now create a wait step. And then, so even if they book you 2 weeks from now, they're going to be held like right here. And then the system is going to realize, oh, they have an appointment with David tomorrow. So 24 hours before your appointment, they're going to get another text. And then, so you're going to have to add a step. And then you're going to go to SMS. Okay. And then the content could be like, hey, contact first name, your appointment is in 24 hours. If this doesn't work, let me know. Okay. And then, so Mary, I always do 24 hours before and then 1 hour before. So after that, like they get that message 24 hours in advance. So here it is, it's tomorrow. And then 1 hour before, you're going to add another wait step. So after that, you'll add wait step at the bottom here, wait. And then again, that whole event appointment time, because we want this to go at an hour before the event / appointment time. So 1 hour and then move to next step. Okay. And then the content would be, hey, well, it says now, but your appointment is in an hour. Looking forward to meeting with you. The appointment. After I instituted this, I greatly diminished my number of no-shows. I hardly have any no-shows just by implementing this system. My time is very valuable. Your time is very valuable. And this is just something you can park in the background to help streamline your communication. So we talked about adding your appointment book text. And then some of you, I'll show you how to do it. And that way, if you decide, like I do have some clients that have like, I'm thinking of Dave Yap right now. I have some clients that that automatically send a Zoom link, and then some are just like normal, just a phone call. And when I was talking with Dave about this, he's like, no, I don't want to see their face. I don't want to, I just want to talk to them. It's fine. So let me show you how to do that though. We'll go over here to, this is adding your Zoom account to your calendars. Okay. So you're going to go to settings, and then you go to my staff, and then go to you, and then user availability, and then see this meeting location. Custom just means nothing. It just means like we're getting on the phone. So if you leave it on custom, that's the way it just automatically populates. Then they're just going to get a calendar link with you, and it's just going to be a time, just like you normally do. But for those of you that want to add like another calendar, if I send you this link, it's got to automatically generate a Zoom link for us, which I find super helpful. Most of my meetings are on Zoom, and then it saves all that back and forth and sending them a link and all that stuff. It just automatically generates, which is so nice. So you go here, excuse me, and you can just connect. Mine's already connected, but you would just select Zoom, and then it will prompt you to log in with Zoom. And you really only have to do that once. Once it's logged in, it usually just lives there connected, and it will automatically generate the link for you and for the party trying to book you. Okay, super easy. But once that's done, let's go back over to calendars here. Over here on the left-hand side, calendars, calendar settings. Okay, and let's just say, let's just pretend this one here, health coaching here. We'll go to this one. We'll go in here to edit. And then this is where you can, you guys have been here before. This is where you set it up, and you can set up your availability and how far out they can book you and all those things. On here, it's going to ask, oh, right here, meeting location. And so you can select your, you have to select yourself as the user. And then you can enter in your Zoom link right there. And so every time you send this link, it will will automatically add that Zoom location for you. Okay, so that's where you do that. But I want to show you something that has been really, really helpful for accountability calls. When you're doing your coach, a lot of you have coaches beneath you, and several people have started adding a form to their calendar link. So like when I send you a link for our weekly coaching check-in call, let's say that you're all coaches on my team, and we're going to have our weekly call. I don't want to get on the phone with you. This sounds so wrong, but you understand what I mean. I don't want to get on the phone with you and like then try to figure out what's going on. It'd be really, really helpful for me to save time if you're able to fill out some things ahead of time, so that when we get on the phone, I kind of know where your mindset's at. I know what you're working on, and then we can just like jump right to it. And so I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to kind of work backwards on this. Since we're in the calendar thing, let's say that let's pretend this calendar link is the link that you send to all of your folks who are coaches, okay? This is our weekly coaching check-in call. So you're going to go over here to confirmation and see this custom form thing. You usually just leave that alone. This is going to pull in any forms that you create back on the forms section. Okay, so I didn't make a fake one, but I'm just going to add, I'm in the wrong account for this, but let's just say free discovery call form. Okay, all right, so I'll show you what that looks like. This is also, while we're here, Lyle, this is the part here, right here. Let the calendar auto confirm my appointment. That's automatically checked for you in all of them. If you want to have the extra step, like, you can undo this. And what that means is someone will book you, and you need to change your language so that they will know, like, hey, just because you booked me at that time doesn't necessarily we're going to meet. So you would want to change this. Like, thank you so much for your request. I'll get back to you as soon as possible, kind of thing. And then you're going to get an email from OptiPro to say, hey, Judy booked you for the 9th time, 2 days in a row, whatever it is. Do you want to take that appointment? And you'll be able to say confirm or decline. And then you can write a little decline message in there. But that's where that is. So we'll leave that on. Okay. We'll just save this. Okay. And then I think it was in the health coaching one. We'll go to here. We're going to copy this permanent link. It's just the link to it. And I'm going to paste that up here. Our conversation window is right in the way. I'm going to paste that here. And so I want you to see what it looks like when you add a form. Okay, the first step, you can adjust all of this here in your language. You guys know how to do all that. Just type in a description and whatever you want to say. And then here, they're going to choose a time first. So, I'm going to meet with him at 4 p.m. on the 29th. And then this is where your form, this is like in this little blue box, this is where the form would live to that they have to fill out before they meet you. And see those little stars back on the forms page, which I'll show you here in a second. You can make them a required field or not. So basically, if they don't answer these questions, they're not able to schedule this meeting with you if you set it up that way, if that's what you want. Okay. So that's what it'll look like. I don't have a terrific form there to show you, but you guys get all that. And I'm just going to do a quick refresh on how to build a form. That's back over here. Geniusly named sites and forms. So you go to sites and forms. Okay. And then you're going to go to forms. You just hover over it, builder. And most of you, I'm going to go back into my demo account so that it looks like the stuff that you guys have. So, okay. So most of you only have a health assessment form in there. Okay. So, and I'm just going to use that since it's already built out. Or here, we'll just add a form. We'll create a quick form. So add a form. Okay, now we're in the form. So these are kind of your general, there we go. Okay, these are your general fields that you would normally use, and you just grab, you see that? I just grabbed the first name, last name, and then like you can create whatever types of questions that you want. So you come to custom fields. And these are all mostly the fields. You're going to see all the fields that you have in your health assessment form that you can add a custom field. And then that custom field is going to be like, well, what kind of question is this? Is this a, I want them to type something in. I want them to choose from, something, or a checkbox, or this radio select. You won't use this for right now, but eventually I'm working on a like a choose your own adventure. Like, you remember those like logic grids? Is if yes, do this. If no, then do this. So that's what that is. For now, it's not relevant, but I always want to know what stuff is when I see it. So but for you guys, you'll want to do a drop down or a checkbox, or have them type something in. Okay. And then it'll show you what it's going to look like there. And then once you create that question, you just drag it in. And then let's say that like this one here is like, did you do the stuff that we talked about? Let's just pretend that's that. Okay. So we'll click on it. And over here on the right hand side, you're going to see this is a required field. So if you don't answer, did you do all the things this week, then you won't be able to book the appointment, basically. Okay, that's where your required fields are. Then after that, you just save the form. Okay, now it's saved. And then we go back out to Forms Builder. You'll see Form 1. Okay, now it's created. So you'll go back over to your calendars over here, and we'll jump into a calendar coaching call. And you're just going to hit edit. And all we're going to do is we're going to add that form that we just created right here to Form 1. There it is, the form we just created. So now, and we save it, we'll complete that. So now when we look at this, you'll see here's the coaching call for our fake calendar. This time at 9:30, And then here's, did you do the things? That's right where it lands. Okay, that's what it looks like. And you can type an explanation over here or whatever. So that's how you add a form to your calendar. I'm going to show you something new for OptaPro, and I think some of you guys have this already. So I'll show you. This is, you know how your health assessment form link is like lead connector dot da, 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 and it's like this long, right? Right. So we're adding new like specialized directions, okay? Via your compliance, I've read through all the compliance stuff. You are not allowed to have your own landing page. As an Optavia certified independent Optavia coach, you're not allowed to have your own landing page, okay? But all that this is a pass through to your health assessment form and calendar. And so look how nice and short and sweet this is. That's it. There's no like millions of numbers behind here. So for hers is begin.opta.pro. It doesn't get a whole lot shorter than that. Okay. And so this comes with like 3 different versions of this. This is the health assessment form that's built into her calendar. Here's the health form down here. Here's the calendar. Here's Mary's. This one is specifically, you can see this one is your celebration calls. And so this is a specific link to her celebration calendar. So you can, there's like 3 different versions of this that we do. We do the health assessment, and then usually a celebration call and a coach explorer, but it's not an automated process at this point. So I'm willing to put 2 other ones that you find more useful than that. So I just wanted to show you what this looks like. This comes with the Premier package. So I think most of you guys are on that. If you are not, then it's a one-time $50 purchase to add this to your account. But I just wanted to show it to you because it's new, and it's much nicer to have a shortened link than a big lead connector, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to show you a quick feature, and then something probably more helpful for you guys would be, I want to make sure you guys have access to this. Have you guys seen this? This is when you go over here on OptaPro, on the left-hand side members area, if you click that, it's going to take you into this welcome course. And these are all the little tutorials that you have all seen before when you initially set up. It's a separate email that came to you. It has a separate login, which is annoying, and I'm really sorry. That's just the way the structure is set up, because eventually, though, this is going to be built out into a bunch of other things. So I'm going to do an advanced course on here as well really soon to kind of get through some of the trouble spots that most people encounter, like adding things mid-flow, like, oh, it's day 3 and I just want to start them on day 3 instead of day 1, stuff like that. So I want to make sure you saw that. I'm going to show you how to troubleshoot a workflow real quick. I want to show you how you can troubleshoot a workflow. Elaine was trying to send somebody a workflow, and it's like, what the heck? I'm like adding her to this weekly text, and it's just not firing off. It says skipped, skipped, skipped. Has anybody ever experienced skipped before? Okay, so let me show you. When you build a workflow, 2 things really need to be in place. You go to your wait step, that after 1 minute, move to next step thing. Okay, that's important. That's done. And then the other thing is on settings. Okay. All right. So this is where we get stuck a lot. Right here, you've got to make sure that allow multiple is on if you want to be able to run somebody through this multiple times, even if it's an accident, right? Let's say they stop program, or you add them to this and then remove them because like, oh, I didn't mean to send that at that time, and you try to add them again, it's not going to let you. So you want to make sure you have allow multiple. And then usually you want stop on response off. And what that means is if, like, let's say that you're trying to drive somebody toward an action, like book an appointment, book an appointment, book an appointment. Like, if they actually respond and say, yes, I booked an appointment, you don't want to then keep sending them like book an appointment. That's probably happened to all of us in somebody's marketing or whatever, right? And you're like, I did the thing, leave me alone. So you want to leave stop response off, allow multiple on. Okay, so let's look at, this is super important for you guys. So that girl in this case, she kept saying skipped. You're going to go to history. Okay, history. Okay, let's look at this girl here. So Anne, so it said skip, skip, skip. And so like, why the heck is it being like skipped all the time? So you can come over here to this thing here, the little clipboard, more details, and it's going to tell you everything about this. So she was added to that workflow and skipped. Well, why the heck? And then it's okay, because the contact is already part of this workflow, cannot be added again, which means at the time that this was added, that allow multiple thing was turned off. So so that's why that happened. So it's super important that when you build a new workflow from scratch, you want to go to settings, allow multiple, and then do your event appointment time after 1 minute. And that's like pretty much, that's across the board. So just make sure those two things are always on. I want to show you how to send a personalized message, video message to your clients through the OptiPro app. So this was previously not available, but now it's ready to go. So you're gonna go to your contacts. You cannot send en masse yet, but anything in the app right now, it's all individualized, one per one at this point. I'm sorry, but you're gonna go to a contact. We'll go to Rebecca Jackson, whoever this girl is, and then we'll go to the message thing there in the middle, like next to her phone number. We're gonna go to the messages. Okay, and then when you go down, type your message down there. If you click in that field, this is going to pop up just like normal, and you're going to hit the plus sign. Okay, and then you can choose your camera, your video, and then if you choose video, you can just say, hey, great to see you, or whatever. I just want to encourage you. I was thinking about you, keep going, because seeing our faces is so powerful in our communication.
I started practicing with it last week when I did my client calls, because I missed the video function and you showed me how it leveled up.
Yeah.
So once you send it to them, like your little picture comes up. So like once you hit send, they get a little preview, and I like kind of personalized it to everybody that week and said, hey, let me know how this works, and let me know if it comes through good and stuff. And I got a lot of good responses. So I really like it. Thanks.
Great. Yeah, you're welcome. This is nerdy, and I know you don't care about this, but the cell phone companies have changed the rules, and this is really good news for all of us. I'll be in touch with each of you on the 15th of this coming month. We're going to be able to register your name to your business as a registered business, to your phone number for your OptiPro number. And why that's important is that means that your text deliverability will be that much more secure, because they know who it's coming from. It's a legitimized business, so that's going to super help. You may have seen my announcement that I made a shift this month, that a portion of every subscription to OptiPro goes toward an organization called Go Build Love. They're down in Florida, and they do some amazing work with bringing water and nutrition and hygiene, and I could say it to everybody on this call, and the gospel, which is important to me. So a portion of every subscription goes to that. And then I showed you guys a personalized health form. And then lastly, does everybody know how to access the chat team? Okay, let me show you. These guys are awesome. Like, they've trained for a couple months, and they're all US-based English speakers. They all have bachelor's degrees, and they're very expensive. So I'm going to show you where that's at. You guys are still certainly welcome to reach out to me, but if it's like after hours, sometimes, like Elaine hit me last night and I wasn't able to get back in a timely manner. But so if it's after hours, I'd suggest probably going up here. So it's either going to be this little orange thing in OptiPro in the upper right hand corner. We're still updating. Sometimes it's orange little dialogue like this. And then you can chat with us now. And then you can type in your email and your question and start the chat. And they're available 24/7, which is hard to believe. They have somebody on around the clock. But on some of your screens, it'll be an orange thing, and some of it will be a black question mark. But either way, it's right here in this corner. Okay.